But it's pretty weak against the Phantom Lancer. I think Ember's fine. I think DK's okay, and Puck. Those are really your three options. Ember, nice. This is a weaker lane.
And especially even just being able to, if you pop the Stampede when the Doom happens and you just run away and get some heals up, that could be really nice. Stun up on top. This is actually a lot of damage on Z-Freak. He doesn't have boots, so that is going to be your first. It feels like he's the only person who's going to be making any rotation. They do pop with the Shackle up top. Ghost Stick almost brought down one more touch from that illusion. Is going to be enough. Limp getting dove on at mid lane. He doesn't have the level 6 just yet. He's in big trouble. Auto attacks finish him off. Slayer actually getting a lot of gold here. Iceberg trying to escape and be ahead of his counterpart in this situation, but just not really happening. And Z-Freak almost level 6. We do have the 10-minute bouncer runes coming up soon. In Complexity, a lot of heroes up here on top. Vampire just throws a stun on Z-Freak. Miracle now charging forward. Iceberg a little bit low on life, but the Stampede not going to get them out of there, actually. They're trapped by the Ice Shards. This is a lot of damage coming in for the Metamorphosis. Iceberg falls, and 3-4-3. Well, the last Snowball 4-3 with a sneaky ward does spot the fact that the Witch Doctor is down here. They're trying to bait their Phantom Lancer a little bit, potentially. They do go for a scan. They know what's going on over here. Death gets slowed down. Miracle comes in, does pop the reflection. They're looking towards the Doom. Can he get his spells off? He's being chain stunned, and they've also rooted up 3-4-3, so he can't get in with the Snowball and save him. One death so far. Z-Freak getting latched onto by Ave. He's dead. Don't even need to look at him. Miracle pops the ultimate. Well, not the ultimate yet, just the Metamorphosis, but they are going in onto Iceberg. He's very tanky. Another two-man stun. Limp is looking for something on the other side of the fight, but Slayer is just leading him around in circles. He finally Scorched Earth, and it's actually just coming back to bite him. Yeah, because the Scorched Earth is just getting him stunned into the chain stun. Iceberg looking for the dive as well. They're rolling forward. The Complexity needs to be careful. They do get the Doom out now with the Ward Trap as well from Z-Freak. Razor looking like he is going to be brought down, and actually the PANGO maybe they've bought off a little bit more than they can chew. Limp and Death still very healthy. Ghost Stick kiting backwards. Slayer running forward. This Paralyzing Cask is dangerous. The Creep Wave arriving just in time, but Limp does get caught by the Stomp. Miracle trying to save him with the reflection. Ghost Stick almost brought down. Naive. Can they identify the real one? Looks like Death does have his number. Throws out one more Infernal Blade, the follow-up Stomp, and that is a 4-for-3 turnaround in favor of Complexity, and they're not done. They're still looking for Slayer. Death, we wondered about this buyback, but it looks like he is going to get quite a lot on the return. Complexity, they are in a position to TP back here. They do have all 5 of their TPs available, but I think they might just try and force the high ground. Miracle already popping the Metamorphosis. They're getting to the tier 3 tower first, and Death claiming his spot up here on the high ground. TP back in from the Razor, but it's a little bit aggressive. He will get the BKB out, though. Doesn't really care too much about the Doom, but the damage from Miracle is the big concern. Ghost Stick dies. Vampire won't be able to get the stun off. It's a triple kill for Miracle. What can they actually do? Naive finally turning up to this fight, looking for it, but Deathblade's right on top of him, gets the Infernal Blade, and they kill the Phantom Lancer outright. No problem. Complexity, they were down pretty much this entire game, and all of a sudden, 23 minutes in, they're taking a full lane of racks.
Man, that was a big turnaround. And it all started.
Has realized what's going on, though. He might stick around. He wants this double damage, but could that be the end of his life? He does have the BKB available. Pops it out. Doom once again used on him. Stampede forward. They're trying to get him out of there. Nice two-man stomp this time around. They've got Miracle locked down, but he immediately pops the BKB, pops the meta, and goes to work. They are pushing the supports back while waiting up on the high ground. Naive is just trapped in the middle of everything. Can they figure out which one is the real one? He brings down Z-Freak. Buyback immediately from 3-4-3. Miracle still fighting, but he's low on mana. Needs to be careful. The chain stun's coming in, and Naive still has his eyes on him. Finally, the Sunder coming through. The Butterfly's going to help keep him alive a little bit longer, but the stuns from the PANGO rain down after buybacks from both sides, and they will continue this pursuit.
I think that could be all right for him.
Something small.
Yeah. Gives him something to replace the Wraith Band with, reduces the duration.
Oh, they found the Nyx Assassin. Get a stun coming in. Vampire also hexed up. Won't even get the... Oh, that looks like he will get the Spiked Carapace off.
Doom's, all going very
deep. Same thing again. Complexity just going straight into Roche. Slayer's scouting it out a little bit, but the rest of his team is not here. Glimmercape's helping to keep him alive. Phantom Lancer's thinking about engaging into this fight, but it's a little bit dangerous. Ghost Stick now coming around the corner. They're looking towards Death first. He pops the BKB and he walks away. Limp's the one making the space, feeling confident, but needs to be a little bit careful about his mana, though. BKB also helping to protect him. Complexity, the Roshan's low. They're going to try and close off the ramp. 3-4-3, nice Ice Shards, though the Illusions are still sneaking around the corner. Miracle just looking to pick this up quickly. They don't want to fight after the Metamorphosis is down, though. They're jumping in. They pop the Doom. It's onto the Phantom Lancer. Can they get him out of here? Ghosting with the Stomp, trying to keep him alive, but the Shackles from Z-Freak locking him in place. Phantom Lancer's dead. He does have a buyback available, but they've already lost this shrine, so nowhere quick to jump to. And it looks like Ghost Stick also going to be brought down. Miracle absolutely putting this game on his back for complexity a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like he's been out of position a little bit here.
Oh, and speaking of out of position, Razor's just way too far forward. He's been shackled up. They popped the tag team. This is plenty of damage. The Shivas is keeping him alive a little bit longer, but Iceberg, what are you doing outside of the base?
He's going to be forced to buy back. Does pop it now.
Okay.
Another 20 seconds or so.
Slayer, what are you doing up on that hill? All right, well, apparently just dying. Trying to get a little bit of warding done. I think he was
alive. Probably will need to pop this buyback because there's no glyph remaining and they're pushing onto the high ground with the metamorphosis.
All right, there you go. Lots of illusions plus the meta. The Crimson Guard is on that tower, but I'm not even convinced that it's there with the amount of damage that it's taking. It's going to fade soon. They've also put down the Mass Serpent Wards. They are just here daring the Pango to make any kind of a play. The Phantom Lancer's not even coming. Whoever gets the Aegis here.
Well, there's a smoke coming up.
Yeah. Complexity do have the buybacks, and they still have their Shrine. Iceberg does get the BKB off. He's being doomed, but they stampede him away. He runs up the hill. Ember Spirit getting caught by the Spike Carapace. Can they actually keep the lockdown here? They've got onto Ghostic, and he's dead. He's got buyback. He uses it immediately. Death doesn't have his Doom or his BKB. Ember's still sitting on the front lines trying to scout things out a little bit, and they've actually found a split fight from the Pango. Not the best positioning. Limp also going to go in onto Slayer now. They've lost the one support, and it should be the second one soon. Pango need to regroup. They got to get their heroes back together. It's Naive fighting up against 4. Ghostic does jump in. He gets the stomp onto 3. Do they actually have the damage, though? It doesn't really look like it. Miracle's just standing his ground. He finally gets the Metamorphosis off, turns back around, and starts working his way through these illusions. They've latched onto the real PL. Iceberg's being pushed out of this fight by Z-Freak, who's still chasing him, hexing him up on the other side of the map, shackling him one more time, and now they're TPing over Death to finish the job. Z-Freak looking like he's winning this fight for the team. Iceberg does have the TP, trying to escape, but Z-Freak's right on top of him. He knows exactly what he's up to. It's going to take them a little bit longer to finish this kill, especially with the butterfly, but is he dead?
Shivas?
Okay, all right. They would love to get this Aegis, I think, especially for Iceberg. Oh, big trouble for the Ember. He does get the BKB off just in time. They've also hexed up onto 1. Iceberg's going to be okay. He chooses to run straight up onto the high ground, though, right into Miracle's face. Can they actually do the damage? He pops the BKB, and the auto attack still doing quite a lot of work. 3-4-3 getting chased down by the Phantom Lancer. Z-Freak this time around. He's once again got the Razor up in his face. He wants revenge for that earlier team fight, but he may have gone a little bit out of position. Death and Limp right on top of Iceberg, chasing him down. Miracle, even without the Metamorphosis, they're still winning this fight. The auto attacks are just way too much. All the crits, triple kill for Miracle. Ghostic, one last stomp, but it's not going to do anything, just feeding away the ultra kill. And this Terrorblade is looking amazing.
GG called, and Complexity taking game 1 of what a great opening game of the series. One that we were thinking was going to...
Ability at this point of the game, but Brewmaster just a little bit too tanky. So Ghostic getting body blocked up at top. These Treants are causing so many problems for him. Miracle's getting slowed down by that Orb of Venom. They get one more slow, one more auto attack, and there's your first blood.
Easy last hit chance from having the Drunken Brawler.
Oh, they've managed to kick Limp under the tower and pulling him back in. All right, this time around, he's not going to survive. His lineup just falls apart.
Rotation coming through. Not quite level 6 on the Storm yet in this mid lane.
Does get the pull off. He's not quite level 6. Does get auto attack down. And Vampire actually rolling in very aggressively, but a few more auto attacks, and he will also end up falling.
That's a good way to bring it back around to your side, but Death going down.
Forward trying to catch him to 3-4-3. They do get the slow at the very least. Now Iceberg's going to come zipping over, but Limp's also in the neighborhood, and this Clockwork is relatively tanky. Z-Freak now TPs, and it looks like it should just be a 1-for-1. Iceberg just enough mana left in the tank, plus a Mango.
TPing towards him.
Straight into an Ice Path. The 3-4-3 is just around the corner. Doesn't have the hook shot, so just has to walk forward. Iceberg tanking up the tower a little bit. And they're just going to go for the Clockwork now, also rolling in on top of the Shadow Fiend. They need to choose their target. Iceberg, not quite enough mana, is trying to bottle up to continue this fight, but Limp's pretty tanky. I don't know if this tick damage is quite going to be enough, so Iceberg does zip the long way in, finishes that kill. He's still got the Mango in reserve, and they've got the Primal Split now popped. iceberg just wants to retreat up onto the high ground, it looks like. Panda's doing decent damage to him. He's actually going to zip over towards 343. Bounces off of the cogs. One more auto attack will do it, and Pango now very safe item build-wise on this troll. The Doom comes out, Ice Path connects onto 2. They are going to hook in, but the immediate silence onto the clockwork, so he can't even get the cogs off. Roll forward from iceberg, does big damage, but Limp is just raining down raises from the high ground. They will at least manage to kill off the Jakiro. It's a 1-for-1 thus far. Just getting like a Yasha first.
Yeah, wouldn't mind it.
Okay. Oh, and they're waiting for him up on the high ground once again. The Pango hunting down Miracle. He was the problem in the previous game. He gets the ultimate off, though. Iceberg needing to be careful of the roots. Miracle still auto-attacking through. The lifesteal is good. Pango looking for the turnaround now. They still finish this kill. Death getting kited somewhat. He will pop the Primal Split, but what can he actually find? It looks like it might just be Slayer. They see Iceberg on slightly low mana, and they will actually go for him instead. Can they get the mana burn? They do manage to, and the pushback into the stun. Blocking him down. Now the Sprout catching a bit more, but I think that might need to be it. Complexity a little bit low on mana, and they've actually got the root now. Hook shot away. 50-minute rune. That's going to be their first one of the game as the Doom does come out onto the SF. Omnislash bouncing around. Z-Freak soaking up the majority of it, and he will get brought down.
A little bit of a hush comes over the battlefield.
Nice train positioning.
Oh,
sitting on the shrine. They know that the Storm TP'd away. Limp in some danger. The Omnislash is bouncing on him. He will get the mech off, still surviving for a little bit longer. Now the hookshot comes through. Naive won't quite be able to finish off this kill. He's going to spin TP out, and Iceberg zips across the map, finishes the kill. That's the last of his mana, so that's the last we're going to see of him for this team fight, as now they doom up on Miracle. Vampire still going. This Magnetize has been bouncing the entire time, and Iceberg, he's actually got himself a regen rune, so he continues to charge forward. Death just about to run out on the ultimate, and Iceberg's not done, in fact. Regen's still running. Half mana. Can they actually get this kill? Nice Ice Path from Slayer and the rest of the team coming over to help secure this kill.
Actually, they picked out that smoke.
Oh, they got to be careful. That's a bit isolated from the team. And Naive just going to kite them. They need to be careful of this Storm Spirit. He's got his Bloodstone, and there's a bunch of charges waiting for him here as they jump in. They've got the lockdown onto the Shadow Fiend. He's being doomed. Nothing from him. Miracle will get off the ultimate. He's surviving for a little bit longer as he works through the Doom. But as that finishes, he's going to be the next one to fall. Z-Freak trying to escape, but caught by the Boulder Smash. He's going to be one more in the Bloodstone. And such an easy fight for the Pango.
Backline all throughout.
Jug just chopping wood. Z-Freak comes forward to try and protect a little bit. Sprout being a little bit annoying, but they're not really doing anything else on the map other than watching their buildings die. The glyph is going to get used, but Pango could also just easily back up at this point, though. Looks like they want that full lane of racks. BKB is picked up by the Doom. Can they force a team fight here? Iceberg's thinking about it. He's got full mana, gets the drag back. Some free damage on this Troll Warlord as he also gets silenced up. Miracle pops the BKB. Hasn't used the ultimate just yet. They do get the hook in, but the immediate silence onto the Clockwork. He can't get the cogs out. Vampire's also going to be okay. Rolling away. Miracle finally gets into the ultimate. The Omniside is bouncing around. Looks like he'll just be brought down as the three-man Ice Path. Slayer is having an awesome game, and looks like this should just be the end of it. The Pango forcing that GG out in 27 minutes.
Oh.
Overpower? No, that's Ursa. Overwhelming? No, that's
press the attack.
Press the no, this is W. DK. All right, this works too. You need
spotted out Vampire as well, so. To see what Z-Freak decides to do as
what they don't know is 343's here. There's the Paralyzing Cask, and Vampire's super stacked up. He's looking really dead. Naive just going to make his bid for that other bounty rune. 13-0 against the 16-3. Slayer getting gone on and doesn't really have a whole lot of armor, so just going to try and rely on juking into the fog, heading up into the trees. They are going to turn around and get this kill onto 343. I don't think Miracle's going to get either of these two kills, and Ghostic's manning up on him, getting a couple of procs. Is this actually going to be yet another kill for the Pango? Slayer's just trying to commit for it. He does lose his life, but Ghostic
just using that to try and climb ahead.
Shackle at bottom, but Naive can't quite get through that range creep, so actually Death's going to turn around on him here. Spin damage coming through. They will end up losing the Shadow Shaman. Death manages to kill the healing ward quickly. Slightly the better of it, 3k net worth lead. This has been the story of the whole series, it feels like. Pango with a good start. Haste Rune is the prize for one of these two mid heroes, and it is going to be Limp who ends up grabbing it. They're now looking towards the lead. The lasso was already used. Laguna Blade gets thrown out, and it's actually a double kill for Iceberg. Out of nowhere, the nukes are way too much. Vampire in a great position. Now they're going to go for the shackle. They do have pretty good lockdown. This haste, is it going to be enough to keep him alive? The duel's actually back off cooldown, and this is going to be our Miracle. First. He's pretty lumbering. He's pretty slow on this Terrorblade. They're going to throw up the Omnislash. He does have very high armor, but Ghostic closes the gap, and looks like there's going to be some more duel damage.
He's got nothing.
He's going for a blink.
But what does that do? You know?
Yeah, it's getting gone on right now. Vampire's coming in, looking for a little bit more lockdown. Limp needs to juke heavily to get out of this, and he's already been hexed up. Stun connecting. Ghostic coming over. They want a little bit of extra duel damage, and they will get just that.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not just that they've outdrafted or anything. They're really...
Well, they understand what their draft means.
Yeah. Oh, they're jumping in. They found Limp. Once again, he's right next to the shrine, but he's not going to get the chance to use it. Too many nukes. 98%. What do they do? They're throwing a few stickies. They're kind of looking at him.
I mean, they just have to wait until the Dragon Knight's back alive, but by then, PANGO will probably be able to escape.
He's up. They're thinking about just going on him, though. The Omnislash gets thrown into the backlines. Limp, he's normally a pretty tanky hero, does still survive. They will manage to get the lasso onto the Jug underneath the tier 4 towers. They're using their base to their advantage. Miracle does manage to get the ultimate off, but they're still surviving. They get the healing ward out. They do end up losing the Doom, and it looks like the melee barracks will be successfully defended. Though the PANGO thinking about the turnaround. Ghostic goes in, duel thrown out, and Miracle just going to drop to the nuke from Vampire. Gets the Hex, looking for a little bit more. Oh, that overwhelming odds from the Legion Commander doing so much damage. And looks like the PANGO are here to stay. This is their base. Mass Serpent Wards at least a little bit.
They've got the Blink Dagger on the Batrider now, so they're going to try and pick someone out. They need the Terrorblade there to be able to follow up on it, though.
Do you just have to wait until the Aegis fades and then try and kill the Jug right as that happens?
I don't know. They might be looking to go on to someone like...
Oh, no. Limp just a little bit too far forward. He's going to get doomed. He gets ridden. He gets stunned up. He's gone. Iceberg beyond godlike. They are jumping into the backlines. They're looking for Ghostic. Can they bring him down? Nice Earth Splitter coming through, but Miracle tanking up a lot of damage. Omnislash bouncing around. They do end up losing the Doom. Ghostic also falling. Buyback from Limp, but he's getting spun down, and that's a dieback for him. Beyond godlike for Iceberg as he looks for more kills, but a nice blink in from Death. He keeps getting those sticky stacks up, but Naive is just too strong at this point in the game. Able to keep on charging forward. They get another shackle onto 343. Miracle trying to fight. It looks like he's only going to end up getting through the Aegis and will lose his life. Ultra kill for Iceberg. Can he get this rampage?
Give him the rampage.
Come on, Death. Iceberg looking to close it out. Buyback as well from Z-Freak. They give him the rampage. And the crowd goes absolutely crazy. What a performance from Iceberg here in this game. And the GG is called.
Whoa.